Hi, and welcome back to the channel. We are continuing Attack on Titan. This is Season 1, Episode 19. Last time around, it ended on a surprise cliffhanger. Levi, he was just about to shoot off a flare, but we didn't get to see what sort of flare that would be. And yeah, we talked a lot about what the hell is going on and them being in this forest right now with the tall trees. Did that happen because they had to readjust the plan, or was that part of the plan to begin with? What is Erwin planning? Like, so much going on. And then, of course, everything that has to do with the female Titan who is, chasing them at the moment and wants to snatch Eren up for some reason. So, that's pretty damn exciting. And I don't think there's anything we really want to get into before. Because we just want to watch the episode. So let's do that. And you can, of course, always check out our full-length reactions where you can sync up the footage with your own copy of the episode. We also have early reactions for Attack on Titan at the moment, where we are several episodes ahead. It's all over on Patreon, and the link is down in the description below. And let's go.
Bite?
That doesn't sound good.
I like that.
音響弾。お前らの仕事は何だ。この班の使命はそこのクソガキに傷一つつけないよう尽くすことだ。命の限り。
Fuck. Even if you have to sacrifice yourselves.
最高速度を保て。エルドさん。なぜリヴァイ班がやらなくて誰があいつを止められるんですか。
They have a different objective. They have to protect you.
前を向いて走りなさい。戦いから目を背けろって言うんですか。仲間を見殺しにして逃げろってことですか。そうよ。それがわからないのはお前がまだひよっこだからだ。
Just follow orders. But I get why it's weighing heavily on his mind.
Don't do that.
No. You're not supposed to.
なんで俺は人の力にばっか
No,
り頼ってんだ。
Don't. No.
I'm not sure that's a good idea.
No. There's a plan.
お前は間違ってない。やりたきゃやれ。
Really?
こいつは本物の化け物だ。巨人の力とは無関係にな。自分を信じるか。俺やこいつら調査兵団組織を信じるかだ。自分の力を信じても、信頼に至る仲間の選択を信じても結果は誰にもわからなかった。だからまあせいぜい悔いが残らない方を自分で選べ。
Yeah, I think that was probably the only thing he could say to get Eren to not do it, actually.
信じて。
Have faith in us, please.
お前を半殺しにとどめる方法を思いついた。はい。その際、手足の先っちょを切り取ってしまうが、どうせまたトカゲみてえに生えてくんだろ。気持ち悪い。待ってください。お前に殺される危険がある。だから安心しろ。
じゃあ実験していいよね。
リスクは大きい。
エレン、わからないことがあったらわかればいい。自分らの命をかける価値は十分ある。このカレイドなら自我のない状態の巨人であっても拘束できるはず。
アイスだ。
Well?
そんな確実性の高い代物でもねえだろ。
何かあったの？
ハンジさん、巨人になれません。
Oh?
お前が巨人になれないとなると、ウォールマリアを塞ぐっていう大義もクソもなくなる。命令だ。なんとかしろ。はい。
Yes, sir.
大丈夫か？
Oh, fuck!
おい、なんだ？
How the fuck?
落ち着け。リヴァイ兵長、これは。 落ち着けと言ってるんだ。お前ら。
Eh, he's not telling you to calm down. So excited.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know.
俺たちにいや人類に敵意がないことを証明してくれ早くお前にはその責任がある下がれなぜです俺の勘だどうしたエレン何か喋れよ
Stop stressing him.
ちょっと黙っててくださいよ
Well, you did say please.
その腕触っていい
Hanji's not afraid of getting close.
危ないとクソ熱いぜこれすげえ
Yeah, no shit.
Damn.
ちょっとエレン早すぎるってまだ調べたいことが
Oh, the spoon.
実際に敵意を向けられるまで気づきませんでした。あそこまで自分は信用されてなかったとは。
俺はそういう奴らだから選んだ
Hmm.
ならば努めるべきは迅速な行動と最悪を想定した非常な決断かといって血も涙も失ったわけでもない
リヴァイ兵長、ハンジ分隊長がお呼びです。
ティースプーンですか。
さあ何か思うことはない？
確かそれを拾おうとして巨人化はその直後でした。
今回巨人化できなかった理由はそこにあるのかも。
Elaborate.
巨人を殺す、砲弾を防ぐ、岩を持ち上げる、いずれの状況も巨人化する前に明確な目的があった。
You need a goal. An objective.
お前が意図的に許可を破ったわけではないんだな。
No.
はい。
Exactly.
これはきついな。エレン、お前よくこんなの噛み切れるな。
Okay.
俺たちが判断を間違えた。
Trying to understand him as well.
私たちはあなたを頼るし、私たちを頼ってほしい。だから私たちを信じて。
And now that whole flashback definitely made a lot more sense.
Yeah.
Still not an easy decision. Just letting people die, even if you know it's for
Oh,
greater good.
oh, shh.
Is fucking accelerating. Yep.
このまま逃げ切れ
Are you sure?
死にそうだけど仲間を見殺しにしてもみんな前に進むことを選んだ。リヴァイ兵長は前を見続けている。先輩たちも兵長を信じて全てを託してる。俺も彼らを信じるんだ。彼らが俺を信じてくれたように。
Oh, they're waiting. And he just realized. Whoa! What the?
I hope they're able to hold her.
Yeah, got it.
班の指揮はエルドに任せる
Why? Because
適切な距離であの巨人からエレンを隠せ馬は任したぞ
okay, because Levi's gonna kill it, or
後列の班が命を落として戦ってくれたおかげで時間が稼げた。あれがなければ不可能だった。
そうか。
そうだ。彼らのおかげでこいつのうなじの中にいるやつと会える。中で小便漏らしてねえといいんだが。
and to be continued. Oh,
Ugh.
wow. We were right. There was some sort of plan. They were leading it to a specific spot.
Yeah.
But a lot of people had to die for that thing to happen, for them to actually trap the female
So,
Titan.
and it was kind of expected of them So that maybe that's why they said specifically we expect around 30% will die in this mission.
Yeah. We talked about it a little bit, and if Erwin had planned all of this out, then those 30% might also be planned out as well, and it seems like that is the case. But I like that the way that they're like focusing on the fact that it was the people who've sacrificed themselves; those are the ones that made this possible. So yeah, honoring the victorious dead, so to say.
Yeah, and we've seen Levi do that before.
Yeah,
or was it?
I think it was Levi, or maybe it was Erwin, but at least we know that they do value the lives of the other people in the survey squad, survey corps a lot. And now they have her, and they want to figure out who's inside. But that was episode 19. Another one of those episodes that kind of just felt like 5 minutes went by or something like that. But they caught her. It now in the forest. But this episode was mostly about the trust between these people again, the trust between soldiers, and especially between Eren and Levi's squad. What it means to have faith in the people around you, even though people are dying, and having faith in your own abilities, holding that up against having faith in your comrades. It's difficult. And even someone like Levi, like he's constantly weighing those options, it seems like, as well. So yeah, and it makes a lot of sense for Eren to be torn there, because not only is this whole trust in your comrades and trust the orders, but for him, like they're doing a lot of this to protect Eren, or like for Eren's sake, or like it has to do with him, and like so I get why his mind goes to the place where, okay, these people are essentially sacrificing themselves for me, so they are dying because of me. What can I do to stop it? And I find that interesting and also very, very human. We keep saying that these characters, they feel extremely three-dimensional and very human, but it's because it's true, and they're doing a good job of that so far. And I'm not always a fan of these, right in the middle of the action, throwing in a flashback, but it made a lot of sense in this episode. With leading up to that moment with like, Eren, please have faith in us, and then we got to see everything that like they did to prepare with Eren and him trying to get a better hold on his Titan abilities. Yes. Which we learned something new as well, and he learned something new.
Yeah. So he needs a
goal
or
an
objective. So he needs to and that makes sense. And that you even made a gesture that, hey, we actually talked about this, with that having an objective. That
yes, we just talked about it in relation to the female Titan.
Yeah,
or just the Titan powers overall. But yeah,
because it's not enough to just have self-inflicted damage or deal that to yourself. But you have to have some sort of goal with this.
Yes.
I can't help but think certain things in a scientific perspective. So maybe I shouldn't think too much about it, but I can't help but think how this is actually. But it's fantasy. It's fine. I shouldn't think about stuff.
Oh, you're trying to apply realism to all of this, or
if there's a scientific explanation to certain things, it's
maybe not
really,
in
no.
our world, but there might be, or there definitely isn't some sort of explanation in that world. But what we mentioned about the goals and objectives previously, actually, before getting into it, that was mainly about, so when these certain individuals who have that ability to become a Titan, when they do that, how much are they in control, and can they only focus on like one sort of objective? And then we talked about, as an example, with Eren, every time he's like done something as a Titan, he had a pretty clear objective, or at least with the boulder, like plug up this hole. And that was, you know, he kind of failed at that a little bit, but then got back to it and focused on that objective. So with this female Titan, then the objective for whoever is inside of that Titan, would that then be get to Eren, or
get Eren? Yeah.
Get Eren, yeah, abduct him, or whatever it is.
Yeah.
And how much else is going on inside of that Titan? They even mentioned, like, when they caught it in the end, like that individual in there, they must be pissing themselves or something, because they are just fucking trapped. But now they can find out who it is.
Let's see if they'll get to that point, or if
Yeah.
this rips everything apart and
something can still go wrong. Like, and another Titan, several Titans can just come out of nowhere and fuck it all up again.
Yeah.
So what now? They're supposed to just continue on, Eren with the others there, continue on, and then get to some certain location, leave the horses there. But they're gonna be doing it on their own for a little while, because Levi apparently, like, he has to be there with Erwin and the female Titan that they caught to figure out who it is. And I get why you would want Levi around in a dangerous situation.
I also think it's like a position of confidante. So he's
his confidant.
So he would he would experience this as one of the leaders, or sub leaders, if you could say. Just to be on the same page as everyone, instead of, you know, hearing it from someone who was like blah blah blah.
Yeah. And we still don't know, like, how big this inner circle is, or how many people Erwin, like, how many he's talking to about his plans.
No.
How much information he's actually putting out there. But yeah, I definitely think you're right. It has to do with at least Levi being there with Erwin, and they sort of trust each other. So them taking command of this situation together, it of course makes sense.
Yeah, so he's not only there to kill the Titan, but also as a
confidant.
I kind of ship them together in a way.
Erwin and Levi?
Yeah.
I don't know if there's anything there, but yeah.
No, definitely not.
We'll
Probably
see.
not.
There's not a lot of room right now for, like,
No.
romantic stuff going on.
Absolutely
but we did mention with the previous one that just seeing just a little bit of it sprinkled in there with the Krista's character.
It's probably nothing. I don't think it's gonna happen, like, in a million years. I just think they're cute.
All right.
We also got a little bit more of Hanji Sama's insane enthusiasm.
Yes, I was actually just about to mention it. Speaking of moments of levity, that's Hanji is always good with that, because of the enthusiasm and just coming in there and yelling and being all over the place, and everybody else, they were just like keeping the distance to Eren in that moment, and being very aware and ready to take him out, and they didn't want to get too close because what could happen. But Hanji, no, just ran right towards Eren and just started touching the thing, and it's fucking hot. Well, no shit, it's fucking hot.
It doesn't have skin too.
Yeah. But always so curious and willing to understand what's going on, whatever it is. And I really like that character.
And you talked about, like, some of the voice actors in one of the other episodes, and I just read that Hanji is the same actor as Temari.
Oh, from Naruto. Yeah. Okay. All right. So yeah.
So if you recognize the
voice a little bit, then that might be why. Yeah. I could imagine there are some voice actors that will pop up again and again in different anime projects, just like with Western animation, we have a lot of the same voice actors that will pop up again and again. But other than that, I don't really have a lot more to say about this episode right now. What about you?
Yeah, I do have a few things. But in particular, that flashback where we Eren's ability to have faith or trust in Levi's
squad, or the people around him.
The Servie Corps. it was. I kind of liked the way like it was tested a little bit because of course if you come in as a new person to a squad, then they don't know you, that they don't know your abilities, and like you have to learn how to work together.
Yeah, you're always gonna come in as the outsider.
Yeah, and then because they don't really know much about him and his abilities, so when he was trying to bite himself, it didn't work out, and then they were a little bit like, oh, did it hurt? And they talked a little bit small talk and stuff, and suddenly when that whole incident happened where he was reaching for the spoon and they all jumped and they were all like
ready.
Yeah. And also Levi said that he chose these people specifically because they were jumpy and ready to question everything.
Yeah. Go to the worst case scenario, because that's how it is for people in the survey call.
Yeah, exactly. And it's like, if you want to survive, you need to be critical and very
alert.
Exactly, about your surroundings and stuff and what's going on. Be able to think on your feet and adapt the situation. And they certainly did, because they all turned on Eren and was like, it just bombarded him with questions, like, and I know it's like a classical anime trope. It's just like screaming things at the protagonist, and then like just bombarding them, and they don't, like, the protagonist doesn't have like they don't catch a break to just explain themselves or anything like it, because and then suddenly it was just too much, and Eren exploded and kind of asserted himself a little bit there and just said, I don't know what's going on. But then when we all came in, they kind of explained what happened and everything, and they kind of analyzed the situation. The people were like, in the squad, they were like, okay, so you didn't know about this. This is new to you.
You didn't do it on purpose.
And you didn't do it on purpose. Yeah. And then I think that was kind of cute. Cute sounds wrong, but I don't have
another word to describe it.
No, I just think it was kind of heartwarming.
Wholesome.
The way that they were just like, oh, okay, so, and then they try to bite themselves. Okay. This is actually really hard to do.
Yeah.
It's hard to inflict pain on yourself in this, like, caliber.
In that manner, and actually bite through your skin.
And also because Levi said earlier that, like, you're not ready to sacrifice anything. Because they were talking about how, cutting Eren out of the Titan. Yeah.
How they would go about that.
Yeah, and if they had to cut off his arms and his legs to get him out, then like that.
So be it. They will grow back.
And he was just then. Of course, he was questioning a little bit because pain and stuff. And then it kind of came back to this, where it's like, okay, you are actually, when you're inflicting pain on yourself, you're actually sacrificing. It's a bit of a sacrifice, it is like
it's not easy.
It's not easy
what you're doing here. They're trying to understand him, to have more faith in him, and like same goes like the other way around. He's trying to understand and get to know them so that he can have more faith in them. So those interactions, I really enjoyed them. They're quite good.
And then Captain Levi. I still don't know what I think about it. I think I'm softening up a little bit to him. I'm still very much like, I don't know. But he believes in Eren.
It certainly seems like he does. Yeah.
He really does. And he's he even showed that when Eren was reaching for the spoon and all that shit happened. He was like, I'm ready to take all of you guys down. You're not touching Eren. You will regret that.
That is our main objective. That is the order that we got from Erwin. We need to protect Eren.
No, I was just in the flashback scene.
Yeah, but I think that's an extension of it as well.
Oh, yeah, sure. Yeah. But I just think the way that I do believe that underneath all of that, like, motionless, very rough attitude towards others, I do believe that we know that there is something more.
Definitely.
I do believe that he relates a lot to Eren in certain ways, and he also knows how to talk to people. But I think it also boils down to like this whole trust between people in the squad. Like, he has to rely on them. But he can also rely on his own abilities, of course, but he also sometimes needs to rely on them. And that's just like a decision you have to make.
Yeah, exactly. He talked about that. And he's just, in general, good at closing himself off. And we've barely scratched the surface on him as a person, as a character. But as you're saying, there's definitely a lot more underneath there that we are going to get into at some point. But right now, I'm also warming up to him a lot each episode and finding him more and more intriguing.
And as you said in the beginning, like the way that he treats the sacrifice, like the people who die on missions, the way that he's honoring them, and it feels genuine and heartfelt and truthful. The way that he's basically, thank you for your sacrifice.
Exactly. It's not that he doesn't have compassion. He's just being very realistic about a lot of the stuff that's going on. And that might come off as being sort of apathetic in a sense, as we've mentioned before.
Yeah. But it just, I know I relate to people a lot from own experience. And I remember this, I had this course about like lab animal science, and I had to learn how to break the neck on one of the animals, and it was really, really, really hard for me. And it was just like, I was just standing there crying. It was really, really hard for me. But the teacher, he was like he was
a
really
good teacher.
Yeah, he was a good teacher, and he was just like, he was hugging me, and he said, "Remember this sacrifice. Remember what this did to you.
Yes.
How you're feeling right now.
Exactly.
Do not ever let go of that feeling. Always remember."
Yeah, it's a good thing that you're feeling like that.
Yeah.
Because what if you felt the opposite, that you were actually enjoying it? Then no, that's not the job for you.
Then you should not, exactly. Then you should become a butcher.
Yes, then you shouldn't be in the field of science if you enjoy what you're doing to these animals.
Animal welfare in general. And it is lab animal science. There is a huge part that is animal welfare in that. And I just relate a lot to Levi going around and, honoring people's sacrifice.
Yes.
And now people know where
Where
sorry. If it's too personal, I'm sorry.
I'm sure it isn't. But was that all? Do you have any? Nope. All right. That's going to do it for this reaction and review of Attack on Titan Season 1, Episode 19. Thank you guys so much for watching as always, and we'll see you as soon as possible. Bye.
Bye.